Batman Who Laughs, The Grim Knight Issue 1, Scott Snyder and James Tynion the fourth writing with Eduardo Rizzo on the art. So go ahead, by all means.
Yeah, so it's an origin story. It's got a little bit of a framing device in present day, following on from last issue of the main book where Grim Knight took Gordon. But most of it is this backstory of this version of Bruce Wayne, and we see the differences, and it's this like painted style compared to the regular. It's the same artist, right?
Yeah, it's still Rizzo.
Yeah. But I massively prefer the flashbacks.
Yeah. So I always took him as Punisher Batman, and he's not. Like it's not even the same, because he wants so Punisher wants to just wipe out criminals, right? This Batman wants to wipe out crime, so it changes things
immediately. Like when the Waynes are shot, instead of freezing, he grabs the gun and shoots the mugger,
Joe Chill, who's searching the ground for the pearls.
Yeah.
And so then we see his version of Batman, the Grim Knight, never lets any villain take hold in Gotham.
Yeah, so he doesn't have any costumed freaks to fight. He never had a joke.
And he's like, I kind of remember killing somebody at the Ace Chemical Company, but he could have been anybody, because he's talking about the Joker and the Batman Who Laughs and whatnot. He's like, yeah, this is all new to me. His war was almost with the police, because he kind of takes over Gotham City, and Gordon ends up being his adversary, because Gordon's like, no, this isn't justice at all. This is murder.
You have some of the corrupt cops, like Flash, for example, is there going, well, we should just let him do his thing.
Yeah.
But this actually does a year one beats, just these twisted versions. Like it has the training sequence with him, with the chopping the logs and then kicking the tree. It has the bat coming through the window and then him shooting.
And he shoots the bat. That was the one part I was like, all right, y'all are flipping driving this home. I get it. He likes guns. Yeah,
no, I get it, but it looks gorgeous.
Sure, I felt more annoyed than anything. He shoots the bat and still's like, yes, father, will become the bat. Well, that was a sign from your dad. You just shot it. So but no, I really like the dynamics with Gordon and the Grim Knight here, because he's like, no, you're stronger than this, because the Gordon on my world wouldn't tolerate me. So there's no way you would tolerate what's going on here. So it's almost like Grim Knight, I got from it, he's kind of playing his own game in the shadows.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's going to use Gordon for that. But he's also very much a villain in the frame of the Batman Who Laughs, because you find out that he kind of instilled Two-Face. So you find out that on his world, Harvey Dent became the mayor, but it was after the Grim Knight poured acid on him as a threat.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what the Grim Knight made Two-Face, but he became mayor. It's real twisted. It's really interesting in that regard.
And that I almost thought they were teasing Brother Eye, right? Kind of like he had the satellite system.
Yeah, I can see that.
He was going to instill in over Gotham to keep watch, because he's basically the Watchman, that kind of trope of who watches the Watchman, and seems to be like the Batman Who Laughs did. That was a nice change of pace from Batman Who Laughs, which Pete dropped because of story reasons. Here was a nice, I thought, change of pace, and it kind of like the Grim Knight, because I feel like there's more going on here than what we're being told.
I thought this is an interesting subversion on the story, in that it's playing with all these beats. Basically, the idea is Gordon builds a bat signal, but turns into a giant magnet, essentially, to trap him.
To capture him.
Yeah, and he's like, no, all his task force that he's got there, he's got this tech to obscure their identities, so Batman doesn't know who's there.
Right.
But turns out he bought it from, Wayne Enterprises, and it's like, oh shit! This sequence of them, just getting decimated.
Yeah, I almost see that it's gonna have to be the Grim Knight that brings in our Batman that's been Jokerized, right?
Mm.
Because he's all about order, versus the Batman Who Laughs seems to be about more chaos, right? We were talking about this with Naboo, that
Yeah, a
he's
little bit.
lawful evil,
Yeah.
whereas the other one's, chaotic evil.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why we got this one shot, I feel.
Yeah, and it's interesting that it doesn't give us the whole story either, because basically Gordon puts it together with a little bit of a help from Alfred, who Bruce has put a bomb in his neck and threatens to blow him up if he leaves, but he can't quite go through with it. It's like the one thing he doesn't cross that line.
Right.
But it ends with, Gordon's got Bruce Wayne's like, right, you're under arrest. And then we cut back to the present day for one last little scene with, the Batman Who Laughs stopping him killing this Gordon. He's like, no. He's going to watch. He's going to watch what we do.
Yeah.
But we don't actually see how he got out of that situation with Gordon on his Earth. We don't know what happened. So there is more to be told.
Yeah, I'm just going back through to see that.
And the storytelling really solid. I get how you could feel a bit cynical if you wanted to of it's just in these pieces, but the way it plays with the year one tropes and then subverts it and does this twisted version, I really enjoy it, especially with the art. Gorgeous.
I definitely feel this is where, like, let's say Frank Miller, all he had ever written, was at year one, and this is who that Batman becomes, which is interesting because, it's interesting because Snyder pulled a lot from year one.
I can see it
in his telling. So to have this almost be an ode to that and go, well, no, Frank, that's not where Batman is. Like, we're gonna have this version of even Gordon, because it seems like Snyder has this love of Gordon so much that he made him Batman for a little bit, and that you've heard him talk about year one, and that's a Gordon story as much as it's a Bruce Wayne story.
Yeah, and this here is Gordon's the only man who's able to stand against the Batman. Yep.
So I just feel like, again, there's a reason why this is plopped right in the middle of Batman Who Laughs. To fill out the rest of the story, and we'll see where it goes. Like, I'm actually more interested in this thread going forward than I am the rest of it.
Me too. So, I was really into this.
Cool. So, rating?
Solid 8.
I'm gonna give it 7.5.